Well, the man who allegedly attacked and killed British MP Joe Cox reportedly had links to an American neo-Nazi group and also had a history of mental illness.
This is just another theory, of course, and we have to keep on emphasising that at that press conference, where we heard from the investigators and the law enforcement officials themselves, they said they do not know what the motivation was for this shooting. It's not just a matter of there not being any rock-solid link to Islamic terrorism. There is no link to Islamic terrorism as yet. We don't know who this man is. He does have a name which has caused a great deal of speculation. His parents are from Afghanistan. But beyond that, we cannot make any theory, really, or we cannot come to any conclusions. What we can do is talk about how many mass shootings there are in America. As I have mentioned, it's the 4th mass shooting in Orlando this year. Mass shootings are defined as 4 or more people injured or killed. 20th in Florida this year, 174 mass shootings in the US in 2016, the 13th this month, the 7th since Monday. And in 2015, 475 people were killed in mass shootings. I mean, to be honest, those are the only facts we can actually hold on to right now.
There are claims he has mental health issues and possibly connections with the British far right.
Definitely Britain first is what he said when he was shouting. He shouted at least twice.
It's perhaps worth restating, however, Shihab, I mean, the police are describing this as an act of terrorism, but that's a label, that's the nomenclature, the terminology they have to use when so many people lose their lives in this kind of situation.
Well, no, actually. I mean, I think often we hear that word used when the name of someone sounds like it might be connected to Islamic terrorism. We often don't hear the terms domestic terrorism used when it's a white American who is responsible for many of these mass shootings that I have mentioned. Also, it's worth noting that since 9/11, and we don't often hear this, right-wing extremists have killed more people in terrorist attacks in the US than Islamic jihadis. I mean, it's like 45 to 48 or something. It's very close. But yeah, this country does have a problem with violence. So this sort of springing to conclusions, the spring to judgment, the use of the word terrorism, it can all be quite problematic because it's so politically charged here. And clearly, as one of your guests mentioned a little earlier, there are people in whose interest it is to stoke up fears of Islamic terrorism when there may be absolutely no connection. So clearly they're still combing through the scene. They said there's a great deal of debris everywhere. This is going to take a lot of time. And again, it's our responsibility not to stoke speculation.
Well, the man who allegedly attacked and killed British MP Joe Cox reportedly had links to an American neo-Nazi group and also had a history of mental illness.